Hi guys, so finally we get to bring you some training footage. It's pretty much come at the right time as well because there's only so many times you can do a full day of eating. So we've got called today, we're at Asgard, which is, this is the local gym, this is where we train upper body. I've got Ryan with me today.
How you doing, guys?
Ryan's currently 25 weeks out?
Yeah, 24 weeks. Yeah.
25 weeks from the Arnold Classic, so that's his first show. So we thought we'd throw him in at the deep end. I actually dropped Ryan's food last week. I put him on keto for a week just so he doesn't outlift me on the list today. Nah, I didn't really, but he's a strong lad. So we've got Paul. I'm 11 weeks out as of yesterday. I'll do a little bit more of a rundown as to what's going on in prep, etc. as we go and in the other videos. But we're just going to get stuck into the session today, guys. We've got banded RDLs as the main movement, so it's going to be a big one. Hopefully you enjoy the session. So I'm just going to get a little warm up, drink up pre, and then go get stuck in. So we're starting on banded RDLs. Now what we've done here with the setup, and you'll see in a minute when we get started, but we've attached 2 red bands around the bottom. And what that's going to do is, essentially when you're in that position here of hip flexion where you're going to be, your low back's going to be the most compromised and you're going to be mechanically weaker, that tension's just going to drop off completely. That's going to allow you to change your direction exactly how you want it. And what I actually do, you'll notice a little micro pause in the hole, and that's just to make sure we're not getting any inertia or any momentum, and we're able then to just drive through with the hamstrings, with the glutes. As we get into that shortened position, those red bands are just going to kick in, and that's just going to apply a nice resistance. So if you're looking for an exercise just to rinse the whole posterior chain, then this is a really good movement for that.
It's heavy. Half step is harder than the down setup for. Yeah. I don't know yet.
I think it's about the same, personally. Yeah. So basically, we've been doing this the last few months on a slightly different setup. So this is the first time doing it in this gym. So different plates, slightly different position in the bands. You've always got to appreciate it's going to be a ever so slightly different movement. So today we're just kind of testing the water, so to speak. I mean, we're still going to get after it, but we're just getting a baseline, and then obviously we can start building upon that after. Are you going for top now, right?
Yeah.
So Ryan's about to do his top set RDLs. So we just done a few feeders, as you might have saw there, just going up a little bit at a time, working into that top set, and that just allows you to get that top set right, you know, especially in prep. Some days you're going to be feeling better than others. You know, these are important, you know, these movements, these big movements, this is what's going to keep your muscle, you know, especially in those rear shots. So you do everything in your power to keep moving forward with these, and then when it gets to a point in prep where the goal is retention, you do everything in your power to hold on to your numbers. You know, it's very easy to keep your strength on things like lat pull downs and stuff like that, but ultimately these bigger movements, they're going to bully you if you don't put everything you can into them. So when it comes to your sleep, hydration, recovery, you do everything in your power just to keep these moving forward. So bitch out of these movements and it will show on stage. So Ryan's going to go for top set now. Okay, right, head on now, let's go. Big fucking set, yeah? Let's go. Yes, good. Yes, good. Nice, come on. Yes, come on, take it, again. Drive! Yes, again, come on. Let's go. Yeah, finish. One more. Come on then. Here we go now, right, everything. Let's go. Get it through. Yeah, lovely. Control it now. Control it. Lovely, mate. Well done. Good shit, man. Well done.
Wow, it's 2 reps up, 7.
2 reps up.
2 reps up.
Right, it's a different loading pattern, so that could be slightly harder, you know?
Yeah.
We'll go with slightly harder. Hey!
Nice.
Fucking hell, that's heavy, man. 180.
Yeah?
Yeah, so last feeder. So last time I was getting around 180 for 6. So we're gonna, obviously like, it's slightly different again. So if we can hit that, that'd be good. If we can go up, that'd be even better. But we'll see. When it comes to preset music with me, it's either some real slow Hans Zimmer, dramatic stuff, or it's just screaming in your face. So let's let Ryan pick my free song, pick my top set song. See how good of a training partner he is. Let's go. Hit me.
Put a bit of NSYNC on Boyzone. It's his favourite.
Yeah, man.
Come on, Casey. Angle jack, I go offside.
Yeah, I was side as well. I was side as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh! Yes!
Come on in.
Yes! Oh!
Yes.
Oh!
Come on.
Yes!
Come on.
Yes!
And again. Come on. Yeah. Come on, keep going. Let's go.
Ah!
Good. Easy. Fly it. Come on. Yes. Come on. And again. Let's go. Let's go.
Ah! One more!
Come on. It's there. It's there. Let's go. Up. Get up. Come on. Don't bitch out. Let's go.
Whew. That's 1 rep. Oh, fuck me. That's 1 rep, man. I'll say that. That's good. That's good. It's movement in the right direction.
Especially this far out.
It's good, man. I'm happy. That's obviously a big, demanding movement. So, you know, we do it at the beginning, where we're fresh, where we can put everything we've got into that exercise. You know, we're 11 weeks out now, but when you're 5-6 weeks out, you've only got a certain amount in the tank. So you want to prioritise the movements that are going to make the difference on show day. This is one of them. So that was good. I'll take that. We're going to do a back off set now, reduce the load, about 20 kilos. We'll go for more reps. So this is basically cardio.
8 to 12, yeah? 10 to 14.
Let's go. Yes, man, good. Yes, come on. It's work now. Let's go. Yes. Again. Yes, come on. One more now. One more. Let's go. Stay with it. Big breath. Pull. Drive. Yes. Well done, mate. Brilliant. Really good, mate. Kicks your ass, doesn't it? The back offset's basically cardio.
It's only 9, still.
It's good, mate. It's really good. That's a good weight for 9 reps, man. You go out next week.
I do find control.
Yeah.
You nailed that little pause in the bottom of that.
Yeah, man. It feels good.
Yeah.
It just
I don't
enables you to.
I don't think I do that, do I? Probably.
Maybe a micro pause. It's not so much a pause, it's just when I'm changing direction, I like to be able to go, right, boom, there's my hamstrings, drive. Do you know what I mean?
Like you're reading a tempo.
Exactly, yeah. And the drop off allows you to do that. Because a lot of the time the tendency of a hip hinge is to get to that low portion where it's hard and be like, boom,
Bounce out.
and then your erectors just fire up.
Yeah.
So this, I don't know about you, but my hamstrings I've got a feeling like more than a normal idea.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Just don't lift more than you fell in front of the camera. I said don't lift more than you in front of the camera. See you deadlifting in the background.
Yeah, she's under strict instructions. Don't outlift me. Okay, switch on. Big set.
Switch on in a minute.
Oh!
Business end now.
Yes!
You got it, come on. Lovely.
Yeah!
Perfect, mate. Lovely. That's good, mate. Keep it moving. Come on. Yes. More. Come on. Don't bitch out. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Now we'll work. These count. These count. Come on. Let's go. And again.
Let's go.
And again.
Let's go.
Come on, mate. Let's go.
Easy.
Yes! Fuck yes! It's funny because 2 months ago, rhinos, 2 months and 30 pounds ago, I'd have been on my ass for about 10 minutes.
Recovery was terrible.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still blowing out my ass, but I'd be going like, seeing stars a lot. It's amazing how, especially in like the early stages of prep, or the first half of prep, as you start pulling body fat down, depends how far you push your off season, but for me personally, I've noticed that training performance has actually skyrocketed because I'm fitter, you know, and I'm able to get stuck into those more aerobically taxing movements like that without being too, I say without being too out of breath because I'm clearly blowing up my ass, but yeah, we certainly reap the rewards of just being fitter. Cool. So this movement here, Rise is warming up on basically a single arm pull down, and we're actually setting ourselves up in the bench so we're supported. We're able to really stabilise the exercise, hold on to the bench, find a secure position. We're actually using a prime handle, which we'll see in a minute. It's a slightly open grip, and that's really nice for being able to lock onto the lat. Because a lot of your pulling movements where you're going to be gripping onto something really hard, you're actually using all those wrist flexors, the biceps and all the muscles on the arm. So with a slightly more open grip, you're able just to kind of relax those guys and focus on putting attention on the lat where you need it. It makes a big difference. So we're going to do some warm-ups and then we've got top set back off from this movement. Let's go. Get it short, come on. One more now. With me. Good, now that's you. It's you. Better when I do the left side.
Yeah, and the mic as well, yeah.
Finish. No, it's not. Come on. Fine. The amount of times that happens. I've got it. Oh, you got it. So what you notice with this movement is scapular positioning is everything when it comes to any lat pull down movement. So a lot of the time you see people doing a pull down and as they're coming up the scapula is just completely elevated, and then what happens the second you elevate the scap, you just lose the lat. You end up using all those muscles surrounding the shoulders. So what you'll see, what you'll see when we do this is by compressing the scapula, depressing the scapula down, you put the GH joint in a mechanically sound position to recruit lat, and then when you're going for extension, you keep that depression. So you're just working. A lot of people would say, oh, full range of motion, but you've got to consider what you're taking for a full range of motion. We're only trying to work the lat here. We're not trying to get all this rear delt. So what you'll see in a sec when Ryan takes it through his range of motion is we're just keeping it on that lat. So it's a slightly shorter total range, but we're working the lat for its contractile range, which is what we're trying to recruit. You notice the position of the scapula here, when he gets to lengthening, it's still depressed. So to the naked eye, you could say like it's not going through that full range, but we're taking the lat through full range. So full range of motion is all very well, but what are you taking through a full range of motion? We're trying to work the lat, so we keep it in that range, keep the tension where we want it.
It's always hunting, it's pushing me up.
So we're moving on to the main lat movement now. After doing the single arm pull down, it's still a loaded movement, but what that's essentially done is it's really switched on, fired up the lat. So now we're going to go into this straight away with just one plate. We can feel the lats kicking straight in. So this is going to be our loaded movement. Nice low row, really dig into the lower lat, tops it back off, and then we move on to our upper back thickness. Feels nice. Yeah, feels good.
We're doing 5 to. Okay, it's on me. Let's go. Let's go. All you. All you.
One.
Yep, I'm here. Let's go.
Yeah.
Good.
Good mate, stay locked in. Yep. Okay, with me now, yeah? Let's go. Sean it. You. Well done. Oh man. One. Over there. Let's go. Stay on. Let's go. Dig, 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 dig.
It's a little bit, sorry. It's a little. Yeah, maybe. Little break.
More. Just that last one, mate.
Yeah. First one,
What grip you going with, mate? Just normal.
So we're moving on to chest supported row now. Obviously we've done the lat work. The advantage of doing your lat work before this, it's just going to humble this movement massively. So a lot of the time when you're doing your row, there's obviously a lot of lats involved in that, but because we've blitzed them already, we're really trying to isolate the mid back now. So it's going to humble the movement. You're going to lift less, but you've got to focus on execution, focus on targeting what we're trying to target, which is the mid upper back. So we're going to do top set back off from here, and then that's all our main movements, and then we're going to move on to the accessory work, so rear delts, biceps. Okay, let's go. Good. Keep it slow, mate, keep it slow. There you go. Nice. Good. Good, now we work, let's go. Yep. Yep, good, and again. Good, control it down. One. That's you now. Yeah, good mate. Yep. Let's get it. Come on. Yes. Good man, come on.
Another one.
Let's go. Yours.
So I'm doing that in this new training phase. Little bit of a drop off from what I'd usually lift, but it is like 4th exercise in, so we've got to consider that you're going to be a bit weaker. And obviously we've pre-fatigued the lat, so we're just trying to focus on that mid back. So it's a good number, good baseline, and we'll just work on progressing that now over the next few weeks.
The random black. And then the bench.
Yeah. And just try and leave the traps alone as much as you can, and just think about this. So you're thinking about wide and high, and just like finding where you can target the rear delts the best.
It's hard, man, to switch your traps off.
Yeah.
Especially they're so fired up already, you know?
Yeah.
Come on, mate, it's not let off, right to the end. Good. Finish. Come on.
This movement, we're just trying to target the rear delts, which in the grand scheme of the rear back musculature, it's a very small muscle. So you've got to be very careful with your loading. If you go too heavy, the traps are going to overtake the rhomboids, the lats. So we've got to make sure we can select the load where we can really pinpoint that small muscle, which is embedded in other muscles. And as you'll see, as we're doing it, we're trying to drive the elbows out wide and really hone in on the rear delts. Good. One more now like that. So yeah, we've got our bicep work now. Starting off with a dumbbell preacher curl. The thing with biceps is a lot of people struggle to grow their biceps, and it's because a lot of people use too much momentum, or they're picking a weight that realistically they have no right in, trying to curl. You think about your bicep, and it's compared to the rest of your body, it's a very small muscle. So a lot of people, what they need to do is just strip back the weight 15-20% and actually focus on taking that bicep throughout its full range, focusing on change of direction so we're not pulling out the hole too sharp, and we're basically locking ourselves in. So you'll see with Ryan in a minute, he's doing everything he can to support that bicep so we can generate as much force as possible. So we're leaning into the rear shoulder, getting that support on the pad, we're pushing the elbow into the pad so we're getting that support as well, and then we're just doing everything we can to keep all that tension there. And it means that you may lose some weight, but the bicep's going to be doing more of the work, which is what we're trying to achieve. So again, just humbling the movement, making sure biceps doing everything, and the biceps will grow and it'll respond like that. Keep using the back of the bench.
He's added a proper Smith machine.
It's a good man.
Preacher curl. It's not a bad gym, like. It's obviously not as good as this, but for like push sessions, not much difference. Or arms. But for like pull and legs,
mate, you can build a physique out of energy.
Lovely, mate. Come on. It's fucking work. All you with me then out the hole, yeah?
Come on, push, man, push.
Let's go.
Push.
Yeah. This is you. All you. Come on. Now with me. Use mine. So if you see there on the top set, we're just giving each other a little +1. Now, you've also got to consider the more you do that, the more it's going to eat into your recovery. So we're not doing that on every single movement, every top set, every back set. We've got to be very calculated with where we take those +1s and where we don't. So with this top set, we'll take it. With the rest of the bicep movement, we won't need to take it.
Nice, Kez, come on. What you got? Let's fucking go.
Through a few poses before we completely flatten off. Now we're just going to go downstairs, finish the biceps off. So we've got some cable curls and then some hammer curls and the dumbbells, and then we're done.
Come on, push, push. That's it.
Hard, quick.
You can't spot this either.
Hey.
session, guys. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a productive one. Obviously, a lot of the movements are still relatively new with us being back in this gym, new rotation. So today was all about kind of testing the waters, getting a baseline. But you know, it felt good. A few of the numbers went up. So yeah, productive session. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, if you've got any comments or anything like that, any questions, shoot them in the box below. And if you enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel. And we look forward to bringing you some more videos next week. Cheers, guys.